Hi there, my lovelies on Facebook. You're my Facebook lovelies. And hello there to you, to my gorgeous peeps on Instagram. I'm Donna Hoffman. I think that I'm getting reverb. Okay, here we are. I'm Donna Hoffman. Hello to you on Instagram. Hi, I'm Donna Hoffman. Hello to you there on Facebook. We always try to make this a clean entry, and somehow it doesn't always happen that way. Every Tuesday we meet here, you and I. I actually run a luxury interior design company here in the Philadelphia region of the United States. When I'm not coaching you, my wonderful design divas, I coach professional designers who want to up their game. I coach design lovers working on your own home to help you to up your game. So every Tuesday here at 4 p.m. Eastern, we stop what we're doing at our luxury design company, and I come out and I teach a lesson on something. And this is sort of like a fireside chat. I always say it's without the fire, without the s'mores, and without the brandy. There it is. So it's a really informal chat about something that I get questions about, or something, a loop that I see you guys going into. So today I wanted to talk to you about Pinterest, the wise way to use Pinterest and the not so wise way to use Pinterest. And I'm also going to be sharing with you details for a great contest that we're running. I'll tell you about that in a little bit. So if you'd like to win a yummy prize, as in one of my courses, you'll be able to do that as well. So today we're talking about Pinterest. It's a great search engine. It's a great tool. And I want you to use it in the wise way so that you're not creating angst for yourself, wasted time, wasted energy, design envy, hurting your sense of self-worth and self-esteem and self-confidence in design. We don't want Pinterest to do any of that for you. So there's a wise way to use Pinterest, and there's a not wise way to use it. So here are some things that are not good where Pinterest is concerned. On Pinterest, be careful of falling so in love with a thing that you have to have that thing. Here's why. Because product discontinues very quickly in the interior design industry, and since COVID has hit, even faster. No lie, we have shown products to clients, furnishings to clients, wallpapers, fabrics, etc., furniture, things that we showed to them several months ago, some of them gone, discontinued, not being made anymore for a variety of reasons. We kind of talked about this already, but discontinues are always an issue, always. So when you fall in love with a lamp that you have to have, guess what? The room that you're looking at on Pinterest, even on House, anywhere on a portfolio, that room could have been designed a year ago, several years ago. By the time it's designed and installed and photographed, where I practice, my luxury design company is based in the Philadelphia region of the United States. I don't know why I'm taking like a pledge here while I put my hand on my heart there. So we can't photograph our work all year long here in the East Coast. So there are projects that I might finish in December, but I may not shoot it until May, until the trees are getting leafy. So all this to say that you might fall in love with something that you see on Pinterest, a tile, something, a rug. It's not even in production anymore. So I tell you this so that you're not going to say, oh gosh, I've got to have this widget. Instead, look at the widgets that you're loving and say, okay, I want something that feels like this. If I can find this chandelier, great. If I can find this blah, blah, great. But if I can't, I want this sensibility. I want this feeling. So discontinued product because of age of photography, even though it's still very current as a design thought, that's very real. So be aware of that. Also, something you need to be careful about. I see one of my clients running down this rabbit hole right now. Be careful of all of these disconnected, disparate elements that you're going to be pulling together, because they don't all work together, right? You're thinking, okay, I love this kind of ceiling and that kind of ceiling and this kind of ceiling, and you have all these ceiling images, but what works in the context of your residence or the design project you're working on? Everything doesn't look good with everything, and the more decisions you start to make in your project, the more restricted you are in other decisions that you can make, because you've already started to set up some parameters. I'm having this discussion right now with a client who's sending me images, and yeah, they're all handsome images, but they don't all work with what we're doing with the architectural decisions that they've already made in their residence, okay? So Pinterest for the fun of just gathering images can be a lot of fun, but you can get yourself into a little bit of a rabbit hole. And then the other thing I want you to warn you about with Pinterest, self-comparison, design envy, thinking if you're a designer, thinking other designers are better than you. Don't go down that route. If you're a professional designer, you have something to say. You have people that you are here to serve. Those are your clients. And they're not a good fit with, Joe Schmo design. They're a perfect fit for you as a designer, as well as self-comparison as a design lover, working on your own home. It's very easy to start to compare yourself to professionally done homes or homes that other people own that were professionally done. Don't go down that route. There is so much that you can do as a design lover working on your own, which is why I have created the amazing courses that I have, so I can show you how to take your genius and tap into it by using strategy. So self-comparison doesn't get you anywhere. Don't do it. And if you feel that that's where you're going and you're getting into some despair, I want you to take a rest from Pinterest and even Instagram and social media. I want you to take a break from it, because what can you create from that space of not feeling good enough, feeling despairing? Absolutely nothing. Nothing. So I don't want you to go there. So what can you use Pinterest for really well when you're designing for your own home or when you're designing for someone else if you're a professional designer? Pinterest is a great research tool. Great research tool. You can research design styles if you're trying to find your own style. If you're working on your own, it's a great way to research design elements. If, let's say, you're researching ceilings right now, you just want to get some inspo. What moves you, right? It's great as a search device. In fact, that's the most common way it's done, as a search engine and a research device. It's also a great way to identify your style if you feel like you are kind of all over the place. Then you might say, well, I am all over the place and I'm pulling all these things off of Pinterest and I feel like I'm all over the place. You're really not. There's a way to analyze your images, something I teach inside of my course, Decorating Genius System, 7 Simple Steps to Great Rooms. Each one of you has a design fingerprint. It's unique to you. It's different than your significant others. It's unique to you. You might share a design style with your honey, but you each have just different design fingerprints. Pinterest is a brilliant tool to gather images so that you can analyze them for your design fingerprint. And your design fingerprint is how you tick in design, how you relate to things like line, form, shape, color, texture, pattern, placement, and so much more. I use the design fingerprint with each and every one of my clients. It's how I know how to think like them in design. I'm going to be presenting to a client who's coming in from England next week for a residence that we're building with them here in the United States. And I know that 2 fabrics I'm going to be showing, 2 gorgeous window treatment fabrics, are a push to her design fingerprint. I'm showing them anyway because I think they're fantastic in this space and they're worth showing. They should be seen. But I know I'll be able to say, you know what, Teresa? I know that this might be a little bit of a stylistic push for you, but it works so beautifully in a very current moment. And I thought it would be beautiful in the residence. So I wanted to show it to you, but I have alternatives as well. But I at least want to show this to you. So the alternatives I know I have things that are right in the sweet spot of her design fingerprint. So whether you're a professional designer, design fingerprint is a fantastic device and tool, or whether you're working on your own, it's a great device and tool so you are uniting with your spouse. If you want more information about how to discover your design fingerprint, I have a link to my Decorating Genius System, 7 Simple Steps to Great Rooms. It's a fantastic online course. Women love it. It gets great results. And professional designers are taking it as well to brush up on some concepts, get some great creative path shored up for themselves. And also they're loving that design fingerprint. So it's there for you if you want it. But anyway, so with Pinterest, you can use it to research items, research styles, research and learn about your design fingerprint. But you just want to make sure that you are casting a wide net in terms of expectation. Like I said earlier, get the sensibility, but you don't have to get the exact bullseye coordinate for the kind of lamp that you want, knowing that, hey, these things could be discontinued. I cannot tell you, or it could be custom, doesn't exist. I can't tell you how many DMs I get and emails I get saying, hey, Don, I looked at your portfolio. I love that sideboard, whose is it? Well, it's custom. It doesn't exist. I can't tell you whose it is. So Like I said, go for the inspo, but then lighten up in terms of how am I going to find these products. That makes sense? I hope it does. Let me know if this is helpful. You can put some feedback in there. And I'm also happy to take your project questions. This was a more open kind of topic. So while I'm here live, I'm happy to take one of your project questions, so long as I don't need to have a photograph to be able to answer you well. While you're putting those questions in, let me tell you about the contest and also the topic for next week. Next week's topic is your flooring questions answered. With that, when we do flooring Facebook Lives and Instagram Lives, very popular. So your flooring questions answered, we'll be doing that. I'll give you a quick how do you do on flooring. And let me tell you about the contest. So if you would like to win one of my courses, you can enter the Bookcase or Bookshelf Makeover Challenge. The Bookcase or Bookshelf Makeover Challenge. This is open to you if you've taken my Design CPR, Creating Perfect Rooms with Accessories course. And if you have completed that, to enter this Bookcase or Bookshelf Makeover Challenge, you need to post your before and after picture of your results. The image has to be posted on Instagram using the hashtag TIDA Bookcase Challenge. That's TIDA for the Interior Design Advocate. TIDA Bookcase Challenge. You use that hashtag, and then in the caption, just write a couple of words about, your experience using Design CPR, how it really moved the needle for you to get your results. And then you just need to follow us on Instagram at decorating.genius. And then you also need to follow us on YouTube at The Interior Design Advocate. You have until April 12th, so you still have some time to get those in. And the prizes, you'll be able to pick out any one of my online courses and or a 6-month membership into my VIP small group private lounge. So there it is. So head to our Instagram at decorating.genius for more details. That's at decorating.genius if you want more details on what I just said, because I said it fast and you might have missed something. So there it is. So let's see what kind of questions are coming in today about your projects. I've got my specs all clean here. Got to get this wire out of the way. Kaboom. There it is. Okay, so I'm getting hellos from all of the gorgeous peeps out there. Jenny Garner is saying hello, and so is Jennifer McCann, and Fernanda's saying hello. Okay, I got a hello from Indiana, from Utah. Okay, got a lot of hellos happening. Okay. So Michelle is saying that she joined the Decorating Genius System online course a few days ago, and she's already learning so much. Michelle, I am so glad. I love being able to coach you and support you through that online course. Just wait till you see what's coming in that course. So good things coming your way. And then Barb is saying, I love learning my design fingerprint inside of Decorating Genius System. It makes shopping and design so easy and cohesive. I know. It's incredible, isn't it? When you know your design fingerprint, like Barb said, easy and cohesive, you will walk into a furniture store and see nothing except what's right for you. All the bad decisions just fall away. I hear people say, oh, I walk into a tile showroom and I'm overwhelmed. I see so much. Not once you know your design fingerprint. I walk into a carpet showroom. I see so much. I hate going shopping with my hubs for furniture because it's just so much to look at. Not when you know your design fingerprint. You just start walking by things. You are walking by everything except for the right thing. The right things just start to smack you between the eyes. It's really great. So there it is. So Medork1 is saying, Donna, I have a wood stained kitchen cabinets with hardwood flooring. Too much wood? Well, you mean too much stained wood? This is such a good question. Really good question. It shows me that you're thinking strategically. It's not about the amount of wood in that kitchen. It's about the amount of contrast. Everybody understand what I mean by that? You can have, kitchens are filled with wood floor. You can have a wood floor and wood cabinetry, and then you've got a wooden table and possibly some wooden chairs, maybe with rush seats. Not saying that's what you have to do with your kitchen chairs, but you might. Or you might have some, leggy bar stools that have wood on them, not a metal. Is that too much wood? It's not that there's too much wood between floor and cabinet. It's what's the contrast. So if you are what a lot of builders do in mistake, I think, and I think it's done in haste or just because it's easy. A lot of builders will take their wood floor color and run it right onto the cabinetry of the kitchen. A lot of homes are built that way. I think that's where the problem is, MedOrc One. So without seeing a picture, I can't tell you, but I'm going to ask you, wise design lover that you are, with that brilliant brain of yours, I want you to ask yourself as you look at your kitchen, is there contrast here? If there's not enough contrast, maybe you do want to change that cabinetry out to something deeper or something lighter, whether it's a paint or a stain. I will tell you from a trend perspective, painted cabinetry is still super duper hot. Although stained cabinetry, we're seeing it come in combination with painted cabinetry, and we're seeing it's either really dark or super duper light. Okay, so there it is. All right, so then I have another question coming in on Insta saying, Rosanna Kyle 828 is saying, hello, if you're just starting out, how should you post/pin on Pinterest? Rosanna, I want to follow up from you. Are you a designer starting out, or are you a design lover starting out an account? So give me a little more information, okay? And I'll come back to your question. Okay, so let's see a lot happening here on Facebook. Okay, lots and lots. Okay, hellos from all over the place. Okay, Latasha's here from North Carolina. Okay, Cibele, am I saying that right? Cibele, Cibele, beautiful spelling. I want to take your course. Which one should I start with if I want to learn my design fingerprint? Okay, design CPR is about accessories. I don't go into that there. I don't repeat my information from course to course so that you can layer them really well, because I know most people like to take more than one course, and some wanted to stay with one. So I give you what you need in that course. So if you are layering my courses, they layer very well together. Long answer, sorry. Short answer is, you want for the design fingerprint, or if you're just starting out with me, I think design CPR is not the place to start. I think Decorating Genius System, 7 Simple Steps to Great Rooms, it's a great foundational lift, and man, will it get you great results, and it'll get you moving. And that's where I tackle the design fingerprint. And the beautiful thing is that there's a private Facebook group that goes along with it. Incredible design lovers in that private group, not only filled with heart and just beautiful spirit, but as everybody's talking to each other, giving and taking in terms of input, people will say things like, hey, what's your design fingerprint? Before I answer you, I want to know more about your design fingerprint so I can answer you well. So I can give you my opinion based upon who you are in design, not based upon my own design fingerprint. I teach you to use design strategy across any design style, but it's about knowing your design fingerprint, or the design fingerprint of the people you are designing for. So that's why Decorating Genius System, 7 Simple Steps, that's where I would start if I were usable. And if you need to talk to somebody from my company, reach out to us, and one of us can talk to you. Okay, Steve can talk to you, I can talk to you, one of my designers can. Okay, so Rosanna is a home stager. So Rosanna, if you are a home stager, then you're going to use Pinterest differently than other people are. You're going to make boards about what you want to do as a home stager, is show people, or as a design professional. Your Pinterest, if you are doing that as part of your social. Not everybody does Pinterest as part of their social, but if that's important to you in your social, you want to use Pinterest to show who you are in design. What do you find beautiful? So as a home stager, you're going to want to have some before and after board of your work for sure. But you're also going to want to show, hey, this is what I find beautiful. And maybe you want to do a board of different styles that you love as a home stager, knowing that in the market where you work, you're working in different styles. Some of your clients might be rustic where you are, some might be farmhouse, some might be a little more traditional, some might be transitional. So you can show boards that excite you. And just give them, that kind of like fun little snappy name. But definitely you're going to want to also show some of your own work. And if you're just starting out, you may want to do some before and after shots, even if it's not full room, but it's vignettes in your own home, or in a friend's home, or a family member's home, somebody that you can get as that first client, so you can start showing that before and after work. Rosanna, let me know if that helps you. And if you need a follow-up, babes, throw that in there, okay? Okay, and Sybil, I hope I gave you the answer that you needed. Kathy is saying, all living room furniture has camel tones to it. Can you use a gray wall paint color? Are you kidding? Camel and gray. That's a snappy combo. I love that. Why not? But Kathy, I want to know what your design fingerprint is. It's interesting. You know how many times I get notes from people saying, you know, Donna, I painted my wall this color and I love this color. I don't like it on the wall. And then I do the design fingerprint exercise, or I guide them through it in a group or individually back in the day when I could take people on individually in this way. I would always find that you put the color that you love in the wrong spot. Know your design fingerprint. You'll know exactly where you need your color. On the floor, on the wall, where do you need it? Do you need it on your upholstery? Do you need it in pillows? Do you need it at the window? Design fingerprint is powerful. So as a basic answer, Kathy, I have no problem in theory with the question that you're asking. My answer is yes, why not? But I'd want to know more about you, and I'd want to see what undertones you're talking about. Because if you have a camel in your upholstery, I think you want to watch that gray shouldn't get too cold, shouldn't have too much of a blue undertone. I think you want a warmer undertone. But again, I want to see pics to be able to help you perfectly on that. Lynn is saying, when using white for the interior walls of a home, do you prefer a cool white or a warm white? I like both, Lynn. In fact, I'm putting gallery white walls throughout an entire residence, a large residence that we're in a design build on. We are changing that gallery white. I believe we're fairly the same white through through almost all of the first floor. Where we're not doing wallpaper or something else. And but in the sub level, we went to a different white. And then in the upper level, we went to a different white in certain rooms based upon the tile that had been selected in the ensuite bath. So I like them both. There it is. Latarsha wants information on the design fingerprint. Latarsha, check out my online course, Decorating Genius System, 7 Simple Steps to Great Rooms. It is stupendous. It really is. It's a lot of course. It's a lot of good stuff. And it's easy to take in. So super easy. So Salon Jones is saying, hi, Donna, can we mix metals in an open concept area? Yes, you can. The majority of the metals I have are steel chrome, but I am looking at a glass and gold trim coffee table. Okay, Salon, I love that you're thinking this way. To make your life easy, think 80-20. 80% in one particular metal flavor, and then 20% can be your accent. That you can absolutely mix metals. I'm showing a young lady next week. I'm going to show her this really cool choice of canopy beds. One is not with draping, but just the structure, a tester bed, some people call it. One has silver, a silver frame. Another one is a lucite frame with a little bit of silver hardware. But in one of the schemes, I'm showing these fabulous gold lamps next to it. But the majority of the tone in the room is silver. So 80-20 will always keep you safe. Do designers do other things? Do we mix up our ratio a little bit more than that? We do. But if you're just starting out as a designer, if you're working as a home stager and you want to just keep things really clean and simple, like Roseanne, or if you're asking for your own home, 80-20, you won't go wrong. So I like the way you're thinking, Salon, because you're looking to create some differentiation. I like that. Good. Home Decor Life Love, there you are. So good to hear from you. Home Decor Life Love is saying, how do you feel about trim and wall color painted the same color in a bathroom? How do I feel about the trim and the wall color painted the same color in a bathroom? I don't think I mind it. I'd have to see it, but I don't think I mind it as a concept. But without a picture, I'd have a hard time giving you a more definitive answer, okay? Hope that's fair. If you have a more in-depth follow-up, feel free to put that in. Sybil is saying thank you with exclamation points. You are so welcome. It looks like I got through all of my questions today. Yippity hoo-ha. We were good. We were fast. So listen, lovelies, don't forget about that bookcase challenge, the TIDA bookcase challenge. You definitely want to show us what you're about, because we will be posting the winner. We'll be giving you shout outs on our social, shout outs on Instagram. I can't wait to brag about you, and it'll be a great way for you to win one of my online courses. For more information about what to do to enter the bookcase or bookshelf makeover, we recognize that everybody has a bookcase, so that's why we gave you the bookshelf option. Just head to our Instagram feed at decorating.genius, at decorating.genius, to get more information on the contest. And if you're not already following us here, girls, girlfriends. You're missing the party. If you'd like to know what's happening at our luxury design company, by all means, you can check us out at IDH Designs. And then if you've missed any portion of this, you can find us on YouTube. That's the Interior Design Advocate on YouTube. So next week, we're talking about flooring. Bring your flooring questions. And it's going to be kind of like a big giant Q&A on flooring next week. All right. So I think I got to all of my questions. Oh, I got one more. Joe Collins is saying, speaking of contrast, I feel like I have too much contrast in my open concept. I have cherry flooring in the living and dining room and mahogany furniture. Ooh. A permanent cherry floor to ceiling bar, maple kitchens. Okay, how do you deal with too much permanent contrast? I'm considering painting white kitchen cabinets. Okay, I'm going to read this back. Joe Collins has cherry flooring in her living and dining room, mahogany furniture, cherry floor to ceiling bar, maple kitchen cabinets, and a cream gray tile. Yeah, you're gonna have to do some painting on some of those easily paintable fixed elements, which would be your cabinetry. Without seeing the rest of your room, I couldn't tell you where you need to go, but you're considering a type of white for your kitchen cabinetry. I don't think that's a bad way to go at all. And you might even find that you want to paint to something darker on your floor to ceiling bar if you still feel like there's just too much happening. Okay. But without seeing a picture, Joe, I couldn't begin to give you greater detail than that. Jennifer's ready for another conference. That was so good. Oh my gosh. One day, Jennifer, one day. And then Judy said that she started the course and had to stop when you got to your design fingerprint. Well, you'll have to get back to it there, Judy. So, all right, listen, lovelies, I've got to go because I've got to hop into a 5 o'clock conference call here. So I'm going to wrap things up here. Next week, we're talking about your flooring questions. Please stop in. Stay as long as you can. We love hearing from you. And in the meantime, have a beautiful week ahead, guys. Big hug to everybody. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Hi, this is Donna. Thanks so much for watching. And if you like this video, please hit the like button and comment below so I know what you think. And don't forget to subscribe to the Interior Design Advocates channel so you don't miss any of our great content.